Hey y'all, welcome to another recap and review of the Traitors US Season 4, Episode 8.
Do have fun. If you can.
Oh my.
My.
Things went down, Episode 8. Lots happened. Lots to cover, lots to get into. We're your hosts. I'm Frenchie.
I'm Nika.
I'm Wes.
Today I decided to wear a shirt that depicted all of my emotions.
Exactly.
Through the entire episode, baby. I ended here.
You should have
Just turned away from the TV. Okay, I ended up right here.
Right there. That's exactly how I ended up too.
Back to the TV, arms folded.
On my phone, typing my notes like,
Look away.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, shall we get started?
Yeah.
Let's get started.
We were left last episode with Rob and Candiace on their way to the turret to discuss everything that had happened that night. If you don't remember, hard to forget, Lisa actually went home that night and Candiace had a throwaway vote for Rob.
Yes.
So they are meeting in the turret off the heels of house banter from what happened that past night, and they have yet to really face each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is the first time we're seeing them together in the turret as they walk in, and it's tense.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is so tense.
Tense.
Rob immediately starts leading that turret.
I feel like you're mad at me.
No shit.
You seem mad.
She said, do I?
Well,
Do you want me to explain myself?
why would I think that, you know?
Should I explain myself? You should. Yes,
you
you
fucking
should.
think so.
Yes,
Lisa
you
wasn't
should.
going to make it. She wasn't going to make it. I'm fine working with you. Lisa wasn't going to make it. She just, People already had her in their mouth. It's just,
Yeah. Rob said, as a person, I feel bad getting Lisa out. As a person, I feel bad. But as a player, I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel good as a player.
And further pushes the agenda that Lisa just had to go, which is so interesting because fine, Lisa has to go, but why don't you talk to me?
Right.
Hello.
And let me know.
The whole point of us trying to quote unquote repair, which she should have known better.
Of course.
But the whole point of us trying to repair this relationship with the Traitors is say, even if you want to go behind Lisa's back, what's going to make me feel good is that you at least come to me. Mm-hmm. And tell me you're going to gun for her again. The fact that you've kept me in the dark just lets me know I literally cannot trust you.
Yeah.
I can't trust you. Candiace cannot trust this man as far as she can see him, throw him, anything. Mm-hmm. So it's just... Candiace says that her throwaway vote for Rob was just that in the turret. She plans on carrying it with a throwaway. She let him know that in the turret. Yeah. And he's mad because he knows what she was trying to do. You were trying to expose me, right? So they're both upset in this situation.
Yes.
Is there anything that you feel or you both feel should have went differently in that first meeting in the turret?
The thing that I feel should have happened when they met up in this turret is that they really should have just been open and honest. I think Rob came into the turret ready to be open and honest, but Candiace was just not there. She was pissed with him. She was very upset with him, and she did not want to let him in on her thoughts, her feelings and stuff. She tried to keep it cute and quiet because I think she just didn't want to fly off the handle on him. So she held her cards to the chest, and Rob said, oh, so now we lying to each other up in here. Okay, well, then I'm not going to let her know that Colton, before he left, was saying her name and telling it to other people. I'm not gonna say nothing to her. So it turned into like a back and forth, and they were unwilling to share information with each other in the turret, and I feel like that's what made this episode go the way it did.
Interesting. I feel opposite.
Really?
I feel like he went in knowing that he was not going to tell Candiace that Colton had her name in his mouth, or her name in his mouth. Yeah. I don't think that he ever had the intention on doing that. I think that he has been very dead set on it being his world, since the jump. He's purposely kept Candiace out of his mind and his world for that exact reason. He's always kept Candiace and Lisa on the outside and not the inside. I don't think that was going to change just because Lisa was gone. It just means one less person to keep on the outside. Now all I got to do is make Candiace feel like she's doing something. And he knew the best way to try to remedy this was, you know what, Candiace? We have an option tonight. We can either recruit somebody to be a traitor, or we can murder tonight. What do you want to do? Obviously, it is dismay in that turret.
Yeah.
Realistically, what Candiace should have done to survive another week is go with Rob's ability to just bring someone else in.
Yeah.
And I think that they could have agreed on someone to bring in, because I feel like at the end of the day, that would have kept a murder from happening. It would have given Candiace more time to think.
Yeah.
And I think that Candiace should have been the one to pick either way. I don't think that the whole entire Rob situation of him saying, oh, well, since I wanted to lead with bringing a traitor in and you want to lead with murdering, I think that you should choose the murderer. I think it should have been Candiace's choice either way, because you already went against the traitors. But that was not going to happen.
Yeah, I think it would have been her choice either way as well. Because Alan comes in the turret and he says, "Ooh, it's awkward up in here.
Yeah.
It feel real awkward up in here." And so he lets them know y'all can either recruit or murder tonight. And I also did not agree with going with the murder instead of recruiting, because that situation with Lisa, it was very hot.
Yes.
And everybody was feeling like, you know, they're on a roll now. Like, okay, we got a traitor out. Let's get the next one. They should have, we stopping that right now. You can't get me out unless you get me out at banishment, of course. But I don't even want any more eyes on us after that crazy traitor banishment right there. I don't want no eyes. Let's recruit tonight so that we don't have to murder.
Right.
That's what they should have did. For sure.
I don't think Rob would have given her a choice. I think he was coming in with the mindset of, I'm going to lead this turret, and I'm going to lead this turret in my quote unquote Rob valiancy and say, we should murder tonight. We should just recruit somebody. And I think that he was going to push for whoever it is that he wanted to recruit. Yeah. And I think it was going to be one of those decisions. But I feel like since it was a murder, it was his perfect plan of being able to be like, fine, murder. That's on your hands.
That's on you.
You do what you want to do, because he knew where she was leaning. Because as she was discussing her options of murder, she said, okay, possibly Steven. Okay, possibly Colton. Okay, possibly Natalie.
Mind you, he done made the dagger 6 with all these people.
So he's like, okay,
go with whatever you want.
That's
right?
on you, because in all them people's eyes, if they get murdered, it's not going to be me.
Right.
So he's fine with whoever it is she has to murder.
Yeah.
In that sense. And then with Candiace writes down a name and we get to breakfast.
Yes.
Now at breakfast, we have Tara, Johnny, Eric, and Mara. They walk in first. Then Dorinda and Kristen walk in. Mara brings up Candiace's name and starts to pitch Candiace to the people who are currently in the room. So Mara kind of leads the charge on Candiace in the very beginning at breakfast.
Yeah.
Then, as she's leading the charge on Candiace happens to walk in.
She does.
With Mark. And it's a little awkward. And then Mara and Candiace have a bit of a little moment because she brings up her name at breakfast to her.
Yes.
For me, already, you know that as you walk into a room with people and you sit down and Mara brings up your name immediately, you should know your name is on the lips of those who were aligned with said person.
Yeah.
That we later on find out, who is going to be murdered.
Yes.
And in that, as the last people walk in, which I think is Rob, Natalie, and who am I missing?
Rob, Mark, Natalie, I think.
Everybody else walks in.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
Yeah. Everybody else walks in and we realize that Colton has been murdered.
Yes.
I think we need to murder Colton. Colton is loud. He's messy. He's dangerous. We need to take out their king.
I don't want to murder Colton, but it's up to you. You can have the honors.
Okay.
R.I.P. Colton.
Immediately, I was like,
Yeah. I jumped for joy because I was happy I don't have to see his smug little face anymore.
Yeah.
But I was like, Rob, you little snake.
Little sneaky snake.
I know what this means.
He said, baby, go ahead and write that name down if you want. That's going to be the biggest target off of my back.
Yep.
And he let her do it. Oh, and she did it because she was trying to do a power move. Like, oh, you going to get rid of my girl? I'm going to get rid of your boy. Now look at that.
Yeah, Candace plays a lot of this game with her emotion and her ego, which, I mean, hey, she's a housewife. It's understandable. It's natural. It's understandable.
My thing was, up until like this point before we realized Colton is murdered and everything like that, when Mara brings up Candace's name, the table was like, nah, they wasn't really feeling that pick. And Kristen and Johnny were still on Colton at this point because they didn't know Colton was murdered. Yeah. So that suspicion on Colton was still strong. The murder on him, honestly, I felt like the only way for him to get out was to be murdered, though, honestly, because I just don't think that they would have had it in them to get him out at banishment. They tried many times.
I think I have more faith in the faithfuls. I feel like I think that they could have got him out during banishment if they were pitched him correctly. If he stayed in the house, I just feel like it was a wrong move on Candace's part. Yeah. I feel like you got rid of someone who people already had on their lips. Yeah. They had Colton's name on their lips more than you.
Yep.
And then they began to have Steven's name on their lips more than you.
Yes.
So I think those are two people who should have stayed, and I think Natalie should have been murdered. I think she could have gone. It would have been totally fine. No one's even thinking about Natalie.
My pick that I thought that they should have murdered was either Natalie or Steven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are my two picks.
Fair.
Yeah.
With that, we are now in a space of Rob Mara's distraught. Mara is distraught because Colton is gone. Rob is now in a place where he's feeling really comfortable. He's sitting pretty. He's in his confessional. He's basically saying, hey, Colton had Candace's name on his lips last night. He told a few people, so I just got to let the magic work itself. He doesn't have to do much, right?
Or does he?
And he knows he doesn't have to do much. With that, they break and they go into banter.
Yes.
And your favorite two get together and get to talking, Johnny and Tara.
Yes.
They are talking because they have got this figured out. Yeah. Apparently. Yeah. I just think it's so funny whenever Johnny and Tara get together, or Tara get together. Because they never know what the hell is going on. They are just in here.
They said, girl, if you here and I'm here, then who is it?
We're still here. But wait, who the fuck is it?
I still don't trust Natalie.
I almost feel like that's too easy. I'm thinking Steven.
And then they said, it's got to be Steven. Oh my God. Steven,
right?
Yeah, it's got to be Steven. No, I was thinking Steven. Colton brought up Steven the other day, and I just feel like Steven, right? Showing you that Colton is still running this house.
No,
even
literally.
He's not there.
He's not even here.
Even though he's not there. Still there. Still there.
My favorite part, Johnny, he's walking, he's looking for Candace. He spots her in the parlor. He says, oh, Candace. And he starts breaking it down.
He does. I said, look at Johnny breaking it low. That's his girl. That's his girl. So they're wrong again. Steven and Tara, wrong again. We need to have a wrong counter or something because they are wrong again. They just do not know. There is a portion of the banter that takes place outdoors.
Yes.
And Steven, Rob, Mark, and Natalie and Eric are all together. The Dagger Six. And Eric is the first to throw out Candace to the group. And that kind of gets them buzzing and bubbling. And after that happens, obviously, you can see that Rob is jumping right on. And they're like, sounds pretty good. That Candace, hey, listen.
Yeah.
Now, there was a moment that Candace pulled Kristen and Johnny to the side.
I think Tara was there too.
Tara might have been there as well. And she's kind of trying to plant the seeds in people's ear that maybe you should watch out for. Rob, right? Immediately, I did not agree with this game move at all. I feel like whenever you're in a space of, obviously Candace feels betrayed by Rob, and she feels like he is quote unquote not playing this Traitors game fairly or correctly, when there really is no fair way to play Traitors to begin with. But she's very loyal, and she feels like he's betrayed her and her loyalty to Lisa. and she feels like she needs to at least put his name out there, I think it is a very, very, very not smart move.
Agreed.
I feel like you have people who are you aligned with, Johnny, Tara, they're saying, Steven, why are you not going with Steven? You should be pushing Steven right now, especially knowing that you came to breakfast and you were there and you sat down and you immediately sat down and your name was said by Mara.
Yep.
Yeah.
You should know, okay, something's going on. People are saying something.
And we missed saying something important that happened during breakfast as well. So when Candiace walks into breakfast and Mara starts questioning her, she's like, yes, what was up with that vote for Rob last night, basically? And Candiace starts talking, and then in her little trying to save myself monologue, she says, I would never do like a throwaway vote or anything like that. And Mara says, hold on.
But that's what you said
That's
it was.
exactly what you did last night when you wrote down Rob's name. You said that it was a throwaway. And then Candiace says, well, you know, it was a throwaway because I knew that nobody else was going to write down his name. So that's why it was a throwaway. And then Dorinda chimes in and says, yeah, Mara. It's like when I wrote down your name, I knew no one else was going to write your name.
Oh, God. I gotta love Dorinda.
Gotta love Dorinda.
Guess we gotta root for Dorinda.
Guess we gotta root for Dorinda.
Woo, my goodness.
So that just, and then when Rob comes in, he's nervous. He dropped, like they say Colton's name, he started dropping his silverware all over the place. It was a lot going on. And even with all that, you still had the people like, Steven. So you should have leaned into that.
She didn't, and I wanted her to lean into it so bad, but she was not leaning into it because that ego and that pride. She said, I know it's not Steven, and I know who it is, and I gotta say something. His name has got to be on someone's lips, but it can't be coming from you. You should coax Johnny or Tara or someone to throw him out there versus you being the one throwing him out there. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Have them say his name. Have them let's think about who's left in the house. Who did so trust him? Like, you need to really get his name out there from other people. And that's how you do it, through conversation. You don't just start saying it, because then it's just weird. Because that was your throwaway vote.
Your
throwaway vote.
Throwaway.
Shall we get into this challenge?
Yes, we should.
Yes. All
what
right.
a challenge this was.
What a challenge, and I loved it. It was one of my favorite challenges.
Definitely my favorite one. Yes.
Bringing the art to life.
Bringing all the art to life. Alan lets them know right in the beginning that there will be only 3 people who are able to possibly get a shield, and that's the people who are going to be on the gallery team. This gallery team that we speak of. Their job is to go into the gallery and look for a painting that is going to be recreated by the other people at the castle grounds. Those other people will separate into 2 teams.
Of 4.
And then they will take photos of whatever the description of said painting is inside the castle and go outside and do that thing.
Take a picture and send it over to the gallery team for them to find the matching painting.
Yes. And they have 16 minutes to do so. From there, the team that has decided that they're going to go into the gallery, which is also the team that has the only chance at getting a shield, happens to be Mark, Kristen, and Rob.
Yep.
Because Johnny lets Rob.
Because Johnny, I'm okay to let you go, Rob.
Go ahead,
you can do it, Rob.
Johnny, no.
Once he said Rob, Candiace immediately jumps in and says, well, Johnny, no, it should be you, because
you should have a shield.
Johnny, you never deserve a shield. Johnny, you never got a shield. Mind you, for the first time in Traitors history, nobody has gotten a shield up until this episode right here.
Craziness.
So
craziness.
Yeah.
So now we have the team set up as Mark, Kristen, and Rob are going to be the gallery team.
Yeah.
And then the castle team, they're split into 2. The first team is Candiace, Steven, Eric, and Johnny. And the second is Mara, Dorinda, Tara, and Natalie. Yes. Immediately, people are off to a great start. And by people, I mean Mara, Dorinda, Tara, and Natalie.
Yeah.
They are reading and they are going outside and they are recreating, using emotion, using their bodies. They're really working on their angles. They are out here giving the gallery team what they need in order to be able to identify what possible painting they may be depicting, right? They're doing fantastic.
Yeah.
Another team lacks vision.
See, I don't know. I disagree.
Okay, come on, talk to me.
I felt like in this challenge. So for me, it was from the first painting that they recreated. Dorinda's team, their recreation, I was like, how they matched the painting to that, I will never know. But for me, Candace's team, they had something like a milkmaid and a cow. Like Johnny literally had on like a black and white like cow printed jacket. He was on all fours. Candace was under him like pulling on like little
milking it.
The little robe things, so it looked like udder. They looked at that. They said,
horse.
Johnny is giving horse.
And I was like, are y'all doing this on purpose?
And that was my thought. My thought, because what I noticed was that when it was time for Candace's squad, Rob was leading the charge on what the paintings were. And coincidentally, those just kept being wrong.
I don't know what that is.
Craziness.
So I felt like Rob was sabotaging Candace in this challenge.
I feel you on that. I can definitely get that. I get that from this. I mean, they ended up doing pretty well, though, in the challenge. They made some money for the prize pot.
They did.
Is there anything specifically that y'all want to talk about during said challenge other than...
Yes, Kristen was going around that gallery, and she said, I noticed something at the corner of my eye.
And she did.
Yeah.
There was a painting that had like a covering on, and it was the only one. She ripped it open. She said, y'all got the shield.
And they said, okay.
No one gave a damn.
Because nobody's been getting a shield.
Okay, great. Next.
Cool.
Okay.
I can sleep good tonight. Kristen, you've been able to sleep good almost
For a while.
every night. The only night that you was worried about sleeping good was whenever you had to take that antidote.
And she barely moved a muscle.
She said, grab that for me.
Still got it.
And still got it. Swag, okay? So the challenge has completed.
Yes.
And there is some banter after this challenge. Eric and Johnny have a hunch. They kind of sit down together. They're under the stairs.
Yes.
And their hunch again is on Steven.
Yes.
They talk about how Colton had mentioned Steven and Candace, but they have a hunch on Steven. Wrong. Again.
Wrong.
Johnny.
Eric is on Candace.
Yeah.
But Johnny is on Steven.
Yes.
However, Johnny does Candace a solid.
Yes.
And he goes to her and lets her know, which I just could not for the life of me understand how Candace can walk around that castle all day and not think that her name was on anyone's lips whenever the first thing that happened whenever she walked into breakfast was Mara. When does Mara ever grill anybody? Ever.
And what do they be saying? Mara, it's so funny you never speak until it's time to start accusing people, but any other time we don't hear your voice.
Like, Mara never grills anyone, especially at breakfast. Possibly at the round table, but at breakfast, Mara don't really grill anybody.
She'd be like,
the moment Candace walked in, Mara had questions. Immediately, Candace should have antennas up. They're talking about me. Instead, she acts aloof. Like, they must not be speaking about me. And you act like your first time hearing your name in this house is whenever Johnny comes and tells you, hey, they're talking about you. Candace is like, oh, good. Thank you for telling me. I'm like, girl, you should have. They were talking about you this morning. You were the first thing on people's lips. You should have been doing damage control all the way after breakfast, during the challenge, after the challenge. You just started doing damage control for yourself.
Putting in that work.
And you only, for the person that you want to get out, you only mentioned him to like 2-3 people.
Yeah.
One, and it was a really small mention. It wasn't even like anything where it was grandiose. It was like, who are we not looking at?
Wasn't he weird?
Who was close to him? Rob, right? I mean, there's so much that happened after the challenge that I was like, what in the world?
Oh, I want to say this thing that Eric said. Quote, I don't want Colton's death to be in vain.
In vain.
They are talking about this man like he is God.
He didn't want it to be in vain.
What are you talking about?
I could not believe. I said, my God, he's really left an impression on all the gays.
Like, what the fuck?
He did.
I can't believe it. Dorinda and Tara and Mara are all together. And they're talking, and Dorinda is throwing out her, ideas, and Dorinda's like, hey, I think it's Steven. And the reason why I think it's Steven is because whenever we were in our last challenge, and I'm really close with Lisa.
Right.
I'm close with her.
I'm so close with Lisa. And Lisa carried that gold all the way up to the top. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out why Lisa decided to put her gold into Steven's box.
Mind you, Dorinda put her gold in Colton's box.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen, whatever straws we can grasp at, Dorinda's like, listen, I think it's Steven because of this exact reason. They've never been close. They weren't really close to begin with. I don't know why.
I mean, it made sense knowing that Lisa was a traitor to bring that up, though.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
And it helps Candace. Only problem is Candace does not want to help herself.
Yeah.
Yep. It's just...
They're like, yeah, Candace, her name has been floating around like softly today, but everybody is still like, I don't know, Steven. Because they're suspicious because Lisa with the gold, and also Steven at the black banquet with the touch point of every point of the night, like
the tarot cards, the cutting of the meats,
turkey,
the serving. I mean, people have been on Steven. His name has been on people's lips for a minute, so it's a smart idea to just go with Steven. However, once again, Candy Girl, you're striking out.
She won't let it go.
You won't let Rob go. You decide to then pull the person that you're supposed to be campaigning against into a separate room.
Only 2 names are floating around at this point.
Both
yours and Steven's.
And you pull the person that you're literally supposed to be campaigning against. And you decide you're not going to do that. You're going to pull him aside and try to pitch Rob to him.
Yes.
On top of that, you pull him to the side, and then people who are on your side, Dorinda and Johnny, try to enter the room, and you ice them out. And you say, I need 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever it is. Immediately, these are your allies. These are people who are most prone to vote in whatever way you want them to vote in. And you shut them out right before the round table and you shut them out on a one-on-one with Steven, who they already think is a traitor.
Dorinda immediately was like, that's a tell.
She immediately caught that shit. She walked away from that doorway and said, that's a tell. Immediately.
And that's when I knew that my girl's fate is sealed. Because also, you are not playing this correctly. You're playing this with all ego and emotion and no strategy right now.
I wrote during this time, I said, I feel like she doesn't know at this moment that both of their names are being floated around.
She knows.
Because what kind of sense did that move make? You should have said, oh yeah, y'all, come on in. Sit down. Let's talk.
Right.
You didn't. You shut them out. And it didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to get someone out and you want to put their name in. Okay, so you try to get Rob out. That's fine. Bring in Johnny. Bring in Dorinda.
Everybody.
And say, hey, between y'all, I know that people think that it's Steven, but Steven, I really do not think that it's you.
Yeah.
I think that it's Rob, and this is the reason why. Sure, it might go against what Dorinda and Johnny say, but Dorinda and Johnny are easily swayed. As long as you're able to really make an argument.
Yes.
And
there's a strong one for Rob.
It's a very strong one. But at the end of the day, I don't think that you really would have convinced people because it was so late in the game.
Yeah.
And the person that you should be campaigning against, you're trying to befriend and tell him, hey, who haven't we thought of? Who was close to Colton? Oh, it was Rob. Only for you to then... You shut out Dorinda, you shut out Johnny, but then Rob... comes to the door. Instead of shutting out Rob, she should have shut Rob out the moment he walked in. Like, can you give us a moment? We're talking. Instead, you let Rob take command of the room. And Steven spills your beans.
Yes, he does.
Steven says, we were just talking about actually Lisa and the situation with you and and I said,
because before Rob walks in the room, Steven tells Candace, people are like kind of saying your name a little bit today.
Rob
my name too, but specifically Rob is saying your name today.
So just
then Rob walking, sit down. You go.
And Rob says, actually, I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
and tell Steven to skedaddle.
Yeah, he said, "Can we have the room?
Can we have the room?
Me and my sweater will get on up.
I'll get on up and get on out. You can have this room." And that's whenever Candy Girl finally starts putting the pieces together right before the round table.
Finally.
Which is just, I don't know how you've gone all day and not put these pieces together, knowing that your name was the first thing on people's lips in the morning at breakfast. And usually, if your name is on people's lips at breakfast,
you start working immediately.
You start working immediately. You didn't start working till the very end.
Yeah.
And you didn't really do a great effort at trying to strategize this. And it makes me sad because I know you're smart. You figured it out.
Yeah.
You sat there in front of Rob and you told him everything that you knew.
So you don't trust me, basically is what you're saying.
I didn't say that.
This is a game.
It is a game.
It's 100% a game.
And you are a snake. I see what you're doing, but I also want you to know that if I get banished tonight, your name is going to come up.
She's asking him, I'm hearing that my name is being floated around the house, and I'm hearing that it's coming from you. And I'm also hearing that Colton said my name as well. When did you know that he was saying my name? This morning?
Yes.
Oh, so you knew this morning, because interesting that if you would have known, a lot of people are saying last night.
Right.
So my guess is, since that's your best buddy, you probably knew this a long time ago. You probably knew it last night, which means that whenever we were in that turret and I talked about murdering Colton, you although weren't agreeing with it, you were okay with me doing it because you knew it would be a direct target at me. And you never told me.
Which is what Rob says all the way up at the top of the episode.
He said that's a direct line to Candace.
Yeah.
So she figures out his game, but she figures it out a little too quick. That's how I say. A little too late. Sorry, a little too late. With that, it's just interesting because
Rob says to her after she figures out, "Hold on, Colton said my name. You're telling me you only knew this morning. That makes no sense because y'all was bestie westies. I know damn well you knew last night and probably before then." And then Rob says to her, "Well, I'm not going to push for you at the round table." Rob, you've been pushing me around the castle all day.
All day. You don't need to push at the round table. You've been putting in work.
You've pushed all day.
And you haven't had to do much to push because you knew what you were doing last night, which is why you let me murder Colton. So really, you don't have to do shit but sit there and watch my demise. Oh, it was so sad.
Set up by Rob.
When I tell you Rob is setting up the coziest Traitors game I've seen in a minute.
Same. I agree. People are really loving Rob, okay?
He's cozy.
And with that conversation between Rob and Candace, we get put into a round table. Where you immediately know it's going to be a quote unquote Candace and Rob showdown. And whenever we are going to start this round table, we're all wondering who should start it. I already know Candace should start the damn round table. And I think that if Candace is going to push anybody, she should be fucking pushing Steven. That was the smartest move. My number one thing is don't let Rob open his mouth first. You say something before then, and you push who your allies are more keen to vote for.
Yes. But she wasted the day. Sorta, kinda floating Rob,
and it really was a sorta, kinda, right? It was smart that at the end of the day, her ally at the time, Johnny, started the round table and pointed the finger immediately at Steven. Dorinda decides she's going to jump in and give her Lisa story, and also
hold on. Johnny spoke up first, and he said, "Colton said your name, Steven." Steven said, "Oh, I didn't know people could speak from the grave."
Given the situation of like hearing a name, Colton's influence gave me pause.
I'm curious if anybody else heard from Colton, if we're going to let him speak from the grave, that my name came up.
That killed me. I said, "Ooh, Steven.
That got you.
Stacey, you got some bite, honey."
Finally.
I didn't know. That killed me. I didn't know people could speak from the grave.
And Dorinda brings up her reason upon why she thinks that it's also Steven. But it's not long into the round table until man with the magic ears and soon to be magic eyes, I guess.
So.
Eric kicks it off.
Yeah.
And shoots for Candace directly. Just immediately direct shot at Candace. Candace goes into this interesting aside where she's explaining her throwaway vote, which genuinely is not making sense to anybody.
Because they tell her, Eric says, you were very, very consistent with your votes up until the
Last
throwaway
night.
vote. And then for some reason, now you're going full in on Rob. Explain that.
Well, you see,
I had to reevaluate.
You should have immediately, I just wish that she would have just, instead of throwaway vote, I wish you just would have said, I'm voting for Rob.
Yeah.
And I know why.
Boom.
Or I'm voting for Rob for the sake of Lisa. Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Anything but throwaway.
Yeah.
But you should have ended that round table letting people know that you're gunning for him.
Yep.
You ended it with people very confused about why you voted for him, and then said, "I don't know, it was a throwaway." And then in the breakfast, I don't know, it was a throwaway, but it really wasn't a throwaway. I'm like, oh God, she's not consistent, and it sucks because again, she's been the most consistent in this game.
Yes.
Tara and Natalie randomly get into a back and forth.
Yes, they do, because Candace says, of course, she's trying to defend herself. She's like, well, I was dead set on Ron, but then he ended up being faithful. And then the only options that I had the other night were Lisa and Natalie. And I was leaning on Natalie, but then that didn't feel right. And then that's how I ended up voting for Rob. And I don't know. Natalie was still kind of on my mind, but I just don't know. And then Natalie was like, why were you thinking about me anyway? And Candace says, well, I thought the castle was kind of leaning your way.
That was the consensus that everybody was voting for you
So
until
Natalie,
we got to the table.
Natalie said, consensus? Well, who started that up? She said,
Tara.
Tara told me your name.
Tara's like, Tara's like, God damn. And my thing was, you need Tara's vote, Candace. Why would you throw her name out there at the round table? Why? Because now I'm really not gonna. It was messy. She thought that she was doing something, and she wasn't doing a damn thing, but just digging more of a hole for herself. As Rob sits back and watches, literally, Rob is sitting back and watching. Candace brings up Rob, his behavior at breakfast with the whole entire him fumbling the fork. He
was nervous.
He was nervous. And he explains, I was angry. That's a natural emotion.
Yeah,
that's my best friend
squad
in the house. Everybody knows that. So, yeah, I was a little flustered. I was angry, but...
That's Bestie Westie.
That's Bestie Westie. Mara brings it up again and pushes Candace again. I mean, she's throwing her to the wall. Mara started this episode pushing Candace, and she ended this episode pushing Candace.
Why are you gunning for Rob now? How do we go from throwaway to a sure bet? What happened? What changed? What did you see? What's going on? And Candace had no answers for why now all of a sudden it went from throwaway to, oh, yeah, hell yeah, it's you. You got to have a... There are reasons for you to pull out of your ass right now, Candace, and you just ain't pulling, girl.
No.
Just stuck and constipated. It don't make no sense. I'm so mad at how this episode went, because it did not have to go this way.
It really did.
But it
really
was just
did.
a lot of her ego and emotions were wrapped up in it, and it's okay. Like I think that in the end, Candace was playing the game, right?
Yeah.
And she played it how she wanted to play it, which was what Candace was always going to do.
Yeah.
Rob again at the end pushes for Candace at the table, and in a last ditch effort, Candace says, I truly believe that Rob was Colton's beard. I think that Rob was manipulating Colton into saying whoever he felt, and I feel like he hid behind him, and he is a traitor.
Yep. And they going back. Rob and Candace start going back and forth.
And back and forth. Rob is cool and calm. Candace is kind of calm, but she's still kind of fired up because she knows that her feet are all to the fire.
Yep.
Literally.
She looking real suspicious.
She's looking suspicious. And she's probably sitting in that moment right now thinking,
I'm fucking up.
She probably was sitting there thinking, maybe I should have pushed Steven. I just know
She probably was
I
thinking
know
that.
in the middle of that, because as I was typing my notes, I just said, they are coming for my girl. And she's not ready for what's coming for her.
Yeah.
And with them going back and forth, Alan quickly ends the banter at the round table and begins the voting process.
That's where we end. Like, we end the discussion at Rob and Candace going back and forth.
We do.
Yikes.
And he was quick to end it.
He was
like, okay, Traitors, we're done. We're done.
That's it.
That's it. It's time to vote.
Alan reminded the players of the power of the dagger.
Yes.
And he told whoever had the dagger, raise your hand to let me know you're going to use it.
No hand was raised.
No hand was raised.
Which I loved. And I said, damn, Candace, you fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
You don't have to.
Because Rob said, oh, baby,
it.
I don't even need to use this. Rob might not even have to use this power for the whole game.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't even know what. I mean, week to week, I'm being surprised. I have no clue what's going on in this game.
Yeah.
You can't tell. I can't tell you which way we're going, where there's up and down. But what I can tell you about are these votes that happen. As we get through the episode, or during the round table and the voting, we see that Mara's voted for Candace. Eric then votes for Candace. Rob. Right. Johnny flips over and he votes Candace. And I said, you're done. You're toast. You're toast. You're toast.
He said, I hate to do it to you, but
I hate to do it to you, girl, but I'm a vote for you. And I said, all Rob has to do is take his shirt off and he will always have Johnny's vote.
Sure will.
It don't matter. To show them muscles, he got your vote. And with that, it was a carousel, baby. Kristen was like Candace. Dorinda was like Candace.
Yeah.
Natalie. Tara.
That cracked me. I said Natalie only voted for Tara because she mad.
She mad. Tara, I just voted for you because you know why, girl. And then to seal, and it was so funny because I was like, he gets to seal her fate, which is even worse, right?
Yep.
Because Alan, after Natalie votes, is letting people know, with one more vote, Candace, you can be out this house.
Yep.
Actually, he did that before Natalie voted. So whenever we turned around and we saw Tara, we said, oh, okay, we still have a chance. Then we looked at him and we said, who's next? Rob.
Yeah.
He gets to seal her fate, and he gets to say, Candace.
He gives her this nice, sweet little eulogy.
Yes.
If I was faithful, I would say, didn't he do the same thing for Traitor Lisa? Now he's doing the same little spiel for
They're not
who
smart.
we will soon find out to be Traitor Candace.
They don't be thinking.
And with the rest of the votes, it was Mark, Candace, Tara, Candace, Steven, Candace. So Candace is gone.
Candace is gone.
She's gone.
Candace is gone with the win. Fabulous. And she gets up there.
Hit that Beyonce pose.
She hit her Beyonce pose, foot out. She says her speech.
Gives a little cry.
Gives a little cry with her triangle. But overall, Candace ends with a really big smile and says, I'm a traitor.
Yeah.
And she celebrates herself out of there about her playing a good game.
Because she
And
really
she really tried. She tried. Toward the end, she was a little wobbly.
She started so strong.
But she did start very strong. And people really were not thinking of her.
At all.
And I'm happy that she left on such a joyous moment. And whenever she had her moment to go to her diary room or the confessional, she was like, shout out to everybody. I have fun, basically. These people are hanging on Rob's every word. They're his minions, and he will take this thing to the end if y'all let him. She's like, I think she wants to root for the faithfuls, but she knows
Rob
that
is
Rob
working
has
at Jelly, honey.
so much power in this house, and he's officially the only one. And with that, the people celebrate. They got another traitor out.
I am a traitor. I love you. Thank you.
And in my mind, I'm thinking, this who keeps on leading us keeps on getting traitors. Maybe
Isn't that a little strange?
he might be a
'Cause how you guys all of a sudden back
honey.
to back?
2 traitors in a row. And I was like, is this the first time that we've gotten now 2 traitors back to back like
I
this?
don't know. I can't remember. Possibly.
It possibly
Possibly.
is. Yeah, I wrote down, I said, damn, Candace, girl, you shouldn't have come in and went so hard on Rob. That was the wrong strategy.
It was. You should have went on Steven. You really should have put your shit in Steven's box, and Steven would have been gone. I'm truly believing that Steven would have been gone.
He would have been. Him
I
and
really
his
do
sweater.
think that she would have had Dorinda's vote for Steven because she felt so strongly. You would have had Johnny's vote for Steven because he felt so strongly. you would have Tara's vote for Steven because he felt so strongly. You would have had votes for Steven before you had votes for Rob, and I don't know why you thought that you could possibly magically gain votes for Rob in an hour or two's time span.
Especially when you are the one who came up with this whole dagger 6. So you already know that Rob at least has 5 people in his pocket already with this secret of
and you know who
the
has
people the dagger between them. Like, you know who that group is. So why you thought this was a good strategy, girl, I just don't know.
I don't know. And you also might have gotten Rob to reveal him. If you really went in on Steven and Rob felt like, I might need to use this dagger. He might have. I don't think he would have still used it. I don't think it would have been a smart move for him to use it at that moment.
Right.
But he could have.
Just to make sure it was Steven over you for tonight, you know? But that's not the way
I
you
think
played
he would have used it against Candace.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think that if Candace went in really pressing Steven and he knew and had knowledge that Johnny was going to probably vote with Steven. He knew that Dorinda was probably going to vote Steven. He knew that Tara was probably going to vote Steven. I feel like to get Candace out, Rob might have actually put that dagger out and been like, you know what? I can't do another week with this. I think that he would have had to kind of reveal himself a little bit, which could have worked in his favor. Yeah. Because you still would have gone home, but I think people would have had a lot more eyes on him for using it that night.
For sure. Like, why was he so
why did
dead
he pick
set?
tonight to get Candace out?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I also feel like that could have really played in his favor as well, because then they'd be like, great, you got another traitor out. We almost got Steven out. Oh my gosh. Like, look at you. You're doing great. Like, it doesn't matter. These people, Rob they want to drink from his bath water.
Yes, they do.
They want it so bad. Round table is over.
Yeah. Now it's post-banishment.
Post-banishment. Yeah. Johnny and Dorinda are talking. They are sad. Johnny is deflated.
His whole, he looks like a cloud, a gray cloud is just over him raining.
Johnny cannot believe that he is not getting these people right.
He can't believe it.
He can't believe it. And Candace was his girl, you know? And they're bonding because Dorinda's like, Lisa was my girl. Candace was your girl. I understand. Right?
Yeah.
And then Kristen's talking to who?
Okay. It's Kristen and Eric. And they're talking. And they're saying...
They're going through the list.
Yeah, they're going through the list of who was pointing at who, basically. And Eric says, well, Colton pointed at Candace, and then Candace pointed at Rob. And then Kristen says, but it couldn't possibly be him, that sweet man.
Sweet man. Couldn't be. No.
I'm sick.
Child.
I'm sick. I am watching a bunch of sheep.
If I could be a tall, little green, blue-eyed white man, my God, I would have the world.
You would absolutely have the world.
You would.
Yeah.
They done put Candace in the colors only section, joining all the other people who are black, who are out of this game, outside the castle.
With those 2 votes for me coming from Candace, I think it's only a matter of time before someone connects those dots. This is the most vulnerable I have been in the game yet.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And to the turret we go.
To the turret we go.
Rob is now going to the turret by himself again, and Alan is in a space where he's like, okay, no, you can't murder tonight. Oh, well, he gets to murder tonight. But he has to also recruit a traitor.
Yes.
Because he can't be the only traitor in the game.
Was it both that he's able to do? I thought it was one or the other.
I think he's able to do both, because then him and the person who he recruits get to go in the turret and pick someone to murder.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I believe so. I could be wrong, but I believe that's what he said.
I think it
was an ultimatum, right?
Yeah, it's an ultimatum.
That person dies if he doesn't.
If the person decides that they don't want to be recruited, they're dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that person is not dying, because Rob has to make a decision on who he should recruit, and I think that he picked the perfect person.
Agreed.
To recruit, and that was Eric.
Yep.
And I said, oh, he's really going to win this game.
Yep.
Immediately I said, he's really going to win this game, y'all.
When he picked Eric, I said the same thing. I said, oh, Rob, I know you tasting that green.
He can taste the money. He's going to win this game so easy. I just hope that he can keep his cool.
I hope so.
I don't know. I think he's going to get rid of a lot of opposing voices in that house. Whoever opposes him, I think that he'll quietly get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. The only ones that I really might say something, who do you think they are? Because at this point, he's gotten out all the people with a voice. Now it's just his little sheeple.
Yeah, I think that Dorinda might say something, possibly.
Okay.
That's the only person I could think of that might say something, to be honest. I don't think Mara will say anything. I don't think Tara will say anything. I don't think Johnny will say anything, because they're all still thinking, Steven! So, and especially with, Candace pulling Steven to the side last episode.
Gonna look weird.
I think that Dorinda and them are going to probably go on remember whenever Candace was in the episode and she told us not to come in? That's so weird. I think they're going to still stick to Steven. And I think that rightfully so, they should do that because it helps Rob in this game at this point.
Yes.
I feel like Rob's best plan of action, especially whenever it comes to murdering, is just creating more of a divide between the house.
Yeah.
You clearly know that Natalie and Tara are back and forth. You clearly know that Mara and Dorinda are back and forth. Like, you have some players to run with and rock with. So whichever one of them you kill, whether it's Tara, Natalie, Mara, or Dorinda, you have an angle to be like, well, remember whenever they went back and forth and they said this? Interesting that she's gone
arguing.
now. Right? You can work it any way you want to. And honestly, now I just need to see you play a smart game of surviving as a traitor with Eric by your side.
Yes. And burn him at the end, baby. Cerise style.
Cerise style.
Because he was still wrong about the traitor.
You got to get him out. You got to get him out at one of the last round tables.
Yes.
I loved Eric's reaction when they bring him down in the belly. Brought him on down. And when Rob reveals himself, Eric's reaction was like...
he genuinely thought that it was
that sweet man.
That sweet man who he was just talking about with Kristen is a traitor and has been one for a long time.
He thought it was Johnny.
He can't believe it.
Johnny,
who was this shit? Johnny is the perfect traitor because who would think it was Johnny? And I did understand Rob's angle of possibly picking Johnny as a traitor to then get rid of him, but that wouldn't have been smart. I don't think so. I think 3 traitors in a row would have been ridiculous.
That would have been crazy, especially if you're the one leading the charge each time. It's getting suspicious.
You need someone whose name is not on anybody's lips right now, and that is Eric. And if y'all can keep it cute through this whole entire way, y'all can ride this wave to the end.
I agree. Who y'all think they should murder?
I think they should murder one of the 4 people who I mentioned. Either Natalie, Tara, Mara, or Dorinda.
Okay, yeah.
Because I feel like that gives you an angle to be like, Mara and Dorinda, you went back and forth. So if he murders Dorinda, then you can go straight to Mara. Yeah. But I think that he likes having Mara as a number.
Yeah, for sure.
However, I do think that if you do murder Mara, you have a lot more of a suspicion of getting Dorinda out. I think that Tara and Natalie are also 2 people to definitely go against. Whether Natalie gets murdered, which I don't think he'll do because, again, that's a number for him. But I think that he can murder Tara, and then people will probably be thinking, well, I mean, the only person who she had a problem with was Natalie.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to say much. No matter what, he doesn't have to say much. Like, he can really coast this game.
He's at such a great spot right now.
But we don't know what they have in store for us. Traitors love a good twist and turn.
Yeah.
So, although Rob is sitting comfortably, I think production notices that Rob is sitting comfortably, and I don't know what they're going to do.
I think someone who's going to become a problem, if it gets that way, is going to be Mark.
Okay, I agree.
I think Mark is going to be Rob's problem.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree as well.
Yeah. Keep it piping up.
He do.
Every now and then, So, watch out for Mark.
Watch out for Mark. And with that is our recap of The Traitors.
Yeah.
Episode 8, right?
Episode 8.
Wow.
Season 4, episode 8.
Ain't that crazy?
First
of all, thank y'all for sticking with us, and thank y'all for having our views going up and interacting with us in comments and joining our Discord. Like, come on.
We love it.
This is amazing. We love y'all so much. Don't forget we have a podcast at TBU Podcast. It's right on this same channel now. Don't be afraid to click on it and see what's up. Might find something, learn something new. But thank y'all for rocking with us with these Traitors reviews because it's been great. It's been a fun experience. I've genuinely loved it.
Yes, it has been so fun. It literally feels like a break.
It does.
Even though it's still work.
Yes.
No, I love it. Any final thoughts?
I said my piece.
Yeah. Sorry, Candy Girl.
Sorry, Candace. Love you.
Wrong strategy.
Wrong strategy.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank y'all so much for joining us for this recap of Traitors US season 4 episode 8. Like Wes said, we do have a podcast here on YouTube and anywhere where you stream your podcast, we are there. Join our Discord. We could talk all about Traitors Child and what you think is going to happen, because we only have 3 roundtables left. Ooh. Then it's gonna be finale time, baby. Rob, I'm back to rooting for you.
I mean, I have no one else to root for but Rob at this point.
Because my thing was, I was like, Rob, you have to go scorched earth on this shit. When he did that with Lisa, and he said, bet. So okay, let's see what you do next.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all we got. So we'll talk to y'all next week. You traitor.
Bye.
Bye.